Picture this. The man who saved your marriage, protected your children, and became your daughter's godfather is drowning in the scandal of his lifetime. And your response? You erase him completely. Not just silence, total digital elimination.
He's the godfather to Lilibet. Tyler Perry, sort of a billionaire who actually provided Harry and Meghan with somewhere to live when they first came to LA from Canada. He was sued by an actor for sexual harassment. Obviously, no one is saying for a second that this is necessarily true or not true, but it did happen.
Photo scrubbed, mentions deleted. Godfather status quietly revised from is to was across the internet. This isn't just about friendship gone wrong. This is about the calculated abandonment that's about to blow up the Sussex brand forever. Because when Derek Dixon filed that explosive $250 million lawsuit against Tyler Perry last month, alleging years of workplace assault and harassment, something absolutely chilling happened. The same couple who built their empire on compassion and chosen family values didn't just ghost their closest ally, they tried to erase him from their history entirely. And trust me, the consequences of this ice-cold betrayal are about to get very, very messy. We're diving into the most dangerous silence in Hollywood right now, and why Meghan and Harry's decision to not just stay quiet, but actively distance themselves might just be the most catastrophic mistake of their post-royal careers. Let's rewind to March 2020, because this betrayal cuts so much deeper when you understand what Tyler Perry actually did for these two. We're not talking about some casual Hollywood friendship built on red carpet appearances and Instagram follows. This was a full-scale rescue mission when Meghan and Harry were at their most vulnerable and desperate moment. The couple had just torched their relationship with the royal family, lost their security funding, and had absolutely nowhere safe to go with baby Archie, while the entire world watched their every move. But wait, it gets more intense. Tyler Perry didn't just offer them a guest room. He opened the doors to his $18 million Beverly Hills compound and allegedly spent hundreds of thousands of his own money on private security to keep them safe. But here's where this story gets even more personal. Tyler Perry became Princess Lilibet's godfather. And according to Perry himself, when Meghan and Harry called to ask him to take on this sacred role, they weren't playing around. This wasn't some honorary Hollywood title for publicity. Perry was genuinely honored to become legal family to their children. Think about what that means for a second. This man went from being a complete stranger who sent one supportive letter before Meghan's wedding to becoming the person they trusted most during their darkest hour. Tyler Perry literally became family through blood, choice, and spiritual commitment. That's not the kind of relationship you walk away from lightly, especially when you're as strategic as the Sussexes have proven themselves to be. Now let's get into the lawsuit that's turned this fairy tale friendship into an absolute nightmare.
He's being pursued for $260 million for compensation over allegations that his lawyer insists are a shakedown.
On June 13th, Derek Dixon dropped a legal atomic bomb, filing explosive allegations against Perry for $260 million, claiming years of workplace harassment and assault while working on Perry's hit shows The Oval and Ruthless. But listen to this part that makes it even more disturbing. Multiple alleged incidents reportedly occurred within Perry's private residence. Yes, the identical property where Meghan and Harry established their temporary home with their children for several months. We're talking about the same guest rooms, the same private spaces, the same walls that witnessed every vulnerable conversation. According to the court documents, Dixon claims Perry used his massive industry power to create what the lawsuit calls a coercive exploitative dynamic. The timeline allegedly stretches from 2019 all the way through 2021, overlapping with when Perry was actively serving as godfather to Lilibet and maintaining his close relationship with the Sussex family. But wait, there's more. Dixon alleges that Perry didn't just abuse his power, he dangled career opportunities as leverage, threatening that characters would mysteriously disappear if actors didn't play along with his alleged advances. The lawsuit includes screenshots of allegedly inappropriate text messages and details multiple incidents where Dixon claims he was assaulted, including one particularly disturbing allegation from June 2021 at Perry's guest house. Here's where this whole situation gets absolutely terrifying for the Sussex brand. While Tyler Perry fights for his reputation, his empire, and potentially his freedom, Meghan and Harry didn't just go radio silent. They went full erasure mode. Not only have they refused to issue a single statement of support, but eagle-eyed internet sleuths noticed something even more chilling. Images of Perry from family gatherings began vanishing from their platforms. Previous posts celebrating Uncle Tyler were discreetly archived or removed entirely. References to his Godfather role in interviews and biographical information mysteriously disappeared. Even public mentions of his Godfather status underwent subtle edits, changing present tense to past tense across various platforms. This wasn't just silence, this was systematic elimination. And this calculated digital scrubbing is sending shockwaves through both Hollywood and royal circles. Royal expert Hilary Fordwich didn't hold back, telling media outlets that instead of offering their stalwart support as good friends would, who even lived in his home, this silence is a clear demonstration of a total lack of moral courage. But wait, it gets even more brutal. Kinsey Schofield from the To Die For Daily podcast pointed out the devastating irony, reminding everyone of Harry's own words from his 2023 interview with Anderson Cooper. Silence is betrayal. The same man who condemned silence as the ultimate betrayal, is now serving up ice-cold silence and active erasure to the person who saved his family. Meanwhile, as Tyler Perry allegedly battles the most serious crisis of his career, Meghan has been flooding her social media with lifestyle brand promotions and recipe videos like absolutely nothing is happening. The internet noticed fast. Where's Uncle Tyler started trending, with royal watchers and gossip pages comparing timestamps and screenshots like it was a forensic investigation. The optics are beyond brutal, and sources say Hollywood insiders are taking serious notes about this calculated abandonment.
This friendship has been incredibly beneficial for one party, and that's Harry and Meghan. Look, in Hollywood, support can shape public opinion. We've seen it with O.J. Simpson, Martha Stewart, Hugh Grant. Strategically placed loyalty can mean survival. If Harry and Meghan backed Perry, it could encourage others to do the same.
But here's what makes this situation particularly dangerous for Harry and Meghan. They've created what experts are calling a lose-lose scenario. As royal expert Hilary Fordwich explained, if Tyler Perry gets cleared of all charges, their lack of support will be seen as a massive betrayal, further destroying their credibility among friends and potential allies. But if the allegations against Perry are proven true, their decision to distance themselves will still look opportunistic and ungrateful. Royal commentator Samara Gill suggests that Meghan will likely, quote, cut off Tyler Perry completely over these allegations, noting that this pattern shows, quote, the type of people that Meghan likes to surround herself with, and that the association is, quote, damaging to their brand. But wait, there's more. This ice-cold calculation is allegedly exactly what's got Hollywood insiders so turned off by the Sussex approach. Industry sources are reportedly criticizing what they perceive as Meghan's brand-focused mindset and image management obsession, with several describing their behavior as strategic and lacking genuine emotion. Here's what's truly chilling about this whole pattern. When your entire public brand is supposedly built on empathy, authenticity, and chosen family values, systematically ghosting people the moment they become inconvenient sends a message that's impossible to spin. It's giving strategic, calculated, and completely cold. Now here's where this story becomes absolutely terrifying for Meghan and Harry. Tyler Perry isn't just any Hollywood acquaintance they can quietly distance themselves from and hope everyone forgets. This man was there for literally everything during the most crucial period of their post-royal transformation. We're talking about someone who witnessed their private emotional moments, their strategic planning meetings, their unfiltered discussions when they were orchestrating their departure and crafting their public persona. He overheard the behind-the-scenes conversations that were deliberately excluded from their polished Netflix series. He observed the actual blueprint for how they manufacture this entire compassionate, genuine image. Sources suggest Perry has already received approaches from major television networks for exclusive sit-downs, with one broadcasting executive reportedly describing it as the most explosive betrayal revelation since Oprah's famous interview moment. Think about what that means. Tyler Perry has the legal power, media connections, and financial resources to completely rewrite their story if he chooses to. And here's the part that's keeping royal watchers up at night. If Perry feels betrayed enough by their silence to start talking, we could be looking at revelations that make their royal family drama look like a minor disagreement. This man had exclusive access to countless private discussions, strategic sessions, and unguarded instances. He understands exactly how their public narrative was truly constructed. But listen to this. The damage from their calculated silence is allegedly already spreading way beyond just Tyler Perry. Hollywood insiders are now openly questioning their authenticity, with some industry heavyweights suggesting that their media ventures feel more like cash grabs rather than creative achievements. Royal expert commentary reveals that in the court of public opinion, agents and publicists often rally influential celebrities to throw their support behind accused parties, to influence both media narratives and public sentiment. But Harry and Meghan have chosen not to participate in this standard Hollywood loyalty system. And here's where it gets really messy for their future prospects in town. When you need industry support for your projects, deals, and partnerships, being seen as the couple who abandons allies during their darkest moments is exactly the reputation you don't want. As experts point out, their refusal to get involved sends a clear message about their priorities. The whispers in entertainment circles are reportedly intensifying about Meghan and Harry being self-serving and disingenuous.
A favorite Sussex pastime. I just want to say it's not the first time Harry's distanced himself from controversy. It's worth noting that he took a similar approach when it came to Prince Andrew. When Harry was duped into a phone call by two Russian YouTubers posing as climate activist Greta Thunberg, he distanced himself from Andrew and the Jeffrey Epstein scandal by saying, "I have very little to say on."
Industry professionals are allegedly questioning whether you can rely on people who will abandon their daughter's godfather the instant he becomes problematic for their reputation. What's truly spine-chilling about this entire situation is that it's manufactured what industry insiders are describing as an explosive waiting to happen scenario. Tyler Perry possesses inside knowledge that could fundamentally alter how the public perceives Meghan and Harry's meticulously constructed story. And their cold abandonment of him during his crisis has potentially lit the fuse. Here's what we know Perry witnessed during those crucial months in his home. The real conversations about their royal exit strategy. The actual motivations behind their media deals. The unguarded moments when they planned their public image transformation. If he decides their secrets aren't worth protecting anymore, we could be looking at the most explosive royal revelation in modern history. Meanwhile, back in the UK, royal insiders are reportedly experiencing considerable satisfaction watching this drama unfold. The monarchy is allegedly maintaining complete silence, allowing this spectacle to develop naturally without any official commentary, recognizing that public sentiment continues shifting back toward the stability of the crown. And honestly, they kind of have a point. Each Sussex misstep apparently only makes the drama-free image of the working royals look better by comparison. King Charles is reportedly maintaining strategic silence, allowing the situation to speak for itself, while the contrast becomes increasingly obvious. But here's what's really got to be eating at Harry. Tyler Perry showed him more familial kindness and support than his own father did during their crisis. While Charles was allegedly ignoring their calls for help, Perry was opening his doors and providing security. And now Harry finds himself trapped between loyalty to the man who saved his family and protecting the brand he's built with Meghan. And here's what's really got royal watchers shook about this whole mess. This situation has allegedly moved beyond just bad optics into potential career-ending territory. When your entire post-royal brand is built on being authentic, compassionate, and loyal to chosen family, completely ghosting your daughter's godfather during the biggest crisis of his life isn't just a PR nightmare. It's a fundamental contradiction of everything you claim to represent. The timing makes it even more brutal. Just months ago, Meghan was publicly praising Tyler Perry at Hollywood galas and posting about their beautiful friendship. Perry had shared heartfelt birthday messages calling Meghan Princess Meghan and saying he'd had a front row seat to her transformation. Now, when he needs that friendship most, she's vanished like it never existed. So there you have it. The man who saved Meghan and Harry when they had nowhere else to turn might just become the one who destroys the illusion they've worked so hard to create. The billionaire who swooped in like a fairy godfather during their most desperate moment is now fighting the biggest battle of his life. And their response has been complete and total silence. Tyler Perry saved them when they were drowning. Now he might be the one who exposes them for who they really are when no one's watching. And that plot twist, that's the kind of devastating truth that changes absolutely everything. What do you think? Are Meghan and Harry making the biggest mistake of their post-royal careers, or is this just calculated brand management? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this situation is still developing and something tells me we're nowhere near the end of this story.